So good evening, everybody. That's okay? Okay, so I want everybody to wave so that I know that you're here. Yeah? I want to look you in the eye while you're waving so that I know you're here with me. Because I want to tell you a story about love. Okay? Now, for those who don't know what I do, I'm very passionate about changing diabetes. And I work for a company which, that's all we do, nothing else. We do this by training, we do this by education, creating interaction, So the story I'm about to tell you happened when I was at a point in my life. I was young, my life was moving very fast. And then she happened. She, obviously. There's a famous actor, his name is Jared Turner. And Jared Turner said, "Love is like jumping out of an airplane when someone else has packed your parachute. You pull the cord and you expect that the parachute will come out, but it could be anything else. It could be dirty laundry, or it could even be a half-eaten sandwich." Her name was Delilah. And from the name, obviously, you know, this is not going well. Now, Delilah was beautiful. The very first time we met, I mean, you've heard the stories of how the knees go paragasha. Yeah? That was me and more. She was absolutely, astoundingly, outrageously gorgeous. Yes, she was. But she was just beautiful on the outside, as I came to realize. Her heart was cold. It was made of metal. And the very first time I saw her, I instantly fell in love. But this story is about how Delilah turned my life upside down. Now, it started like any bad day starts, with rain. We all know in Nairobi, if it's raining, it's a bad day already. Yeah, it started out as a bad day. It was raining, it was cold, it was wet. On that day, we had to travel to Kisumu. But before we traveled, I had to pass by the office because I needed to get some things. I was in Kisumu, we were going to do a training for doctors. And my stay at the office took longer than I expected. And by noon is when I was getting done. So I rushed there, you know, and I get into the car and I'm off. Yeah, you're in the car, I'm listening to music, you know, I'm trying to cut as much time as possible because if you've traveled to Kisumu, then you know it is a very long distance. Yeah, and I'm in the car there, you know, I'm heading to Kisumu, I'm past Nakuru. I get to Nakuru, I'm like, should I eat? No. I continue with my journey. I get to Molo and I decide, you know what, let me consult. And who is the only person you can consult?
Delilah.
Yes, and Mr. Google. So at Molo, there's a turning point, or there's a junction there where you can either take the road that leads through Kericho, or you can go straight through Eldoret. According to the wise Mr. Google, Kericho was shorter. Here is why you don't listen to people who you've never seen and they've never seen Kenya. Because 100 kilometers in, I realized that the road was under construction. And you all know that whenever a road is under construction in Kenya, then you get a lot of diversions. I cannot tell you how many homesteads I had to enter to just do either a U-turn or to ask, where am I? I was getting to Kericho at around 8 p.m. And I get to Kericho, I walk to the reception, and I had made a booking, and I look back, and Delilah says, we can still make it to Kisumu. So instead of going into the room and sleeping and waking up early, I bought a Red Bull instead and went back, got back in the car, closed the door, and I was off to Kisumu. I had a training to do. I mean, how does it look when the trainer is not there? Very bad. Yeah. But the truth is, the devil is a liar. It was still raining, and if you've ever been rained on that road, you know, heading to Kisumu, then you know real rain. Not this one for Nairobi. Yeah, it was proper rain. I mean, the road just seemed to vanish before me. And as I got to Ahero, there's a truck that just came in front of me. And I don't know, I think he was trying to stay awake because he kept accelerating and decelerating, accelerating, and we did this for about 30 minutes. Then I decided, you know what, I think I'm busier than this. So let me overtake. And as I was overtaking, the guy hit me. Suddenly, I got 2 tire bursts. I sat there in the car. I was trying to correct, but it didn't happen. Suddenly, I was in the air, and I was rolling. I hit the ground. I was in the air again. I hit the ground, and I was back in the air again. You think about a lot of things. I tell you, it's a lifetime when this is happening. I thought about everything. I thought about, you know, you always start with the mundane first. Yeah? You always start and you think, did I clear my browser history? There is that report that was due last week. And then now you get to the serious stuff. You're like, wow, did I kiss my kid goodbye? Did I tell my wife I loved her? And then I came to a stop. And this, when I came to this stop, I was actually upside down. Literally upside down. I tried to move just a little bit and the car went back on its fours. Now, for those of you who are in the medical world, if you've worked in the A&E, then you know the kind of things that you see. So there I was. First of all, I didn't know whether I was alive or not. Yeah, and I remember this single thought. I was like, please do not let them find me with all this material just around me. Yeah, and mostly don't let them find my payslip, because I used to put my payslip in the car. Yeah, they might think I was trying to commit suicide. Yeah, and so I did a few checks, moved my fingers a little bit, they were fine. I moved my toes, they were okay. Moved my neck, it seemed fine. Now, in the car, music was still playing. And I got now into the business of trying to break the door. So I was there, you know, I'm just kicking the door. And finally, I'm able to come out. And as I come out, incidentally, there's an old lady carrying firewood, and she was just passing by. And I go to the old lady, I'm like, Madam, phone, I need a phone. She looks at me, you know, it's like all the blood has drained from her face. Then she just drops the phone, starts talking in Luo, and she's running, disappearing into the bush. I tell you, the only word I realized was Satan. That was it. That was the only word I understood. I was also very lucky on that day because as soon as I left the car, an ambulance was passing. And in this ambulance was a lady who I think she had just gone in labor. That's a story for another day. Yeah, but they were kind enough to pick me. And as I sat there in the ambulance, and all you can see is the blue light and the red light. And I looked back, and there she was, Delilah. She seemed different now, no longer beautiful. She was just plastic. She was metal. She was glass. My beautiful Subaru was done. Thank you, guys.